Welcome to episode 290 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It's Sunday, people. Sunday, the 14th of May, 2023. And for anybody watching this on the fucking videos, I am, I'm in slightly different angle to the setting because last time we had trouble with the camera. This time the main camera's not fucking working. I don't know. It just happens just as soon as you sit down. I know I'm beginning every episode at the minute fucking about with fucking technology. But for some reason it's packed up. I have no idea why. So I'm having to film this on 2 GoPros I've got. So, it is what it is, people. For those listening, this isn't going to affect you. Just think of me, sitting, relaxed, serene, all that other shit. Hey, man, don't sweat the small stuff. It's the small stuff that fucking takes up over your fucking life, though. Isn't it? That's why. That's why it's so... You become so obsessed with fucking getting the small shit. Hey, man, don't sweat the small shit. It's the small shit that just dominates your fucking time all the time, isn't it? It's like yesterday. This was my yesterday. I spent most of my yesterday stuck upside down next to a fucking toilet because all I wanted to do was tighten my fucking toilet seat. That's it. And it took all fucking day. Because for some reason, I didn't know this, apparently there's been a revolution in the toilet seat fucking industry where now, instead of just using wing nuts underneath the toilet to tighten the fucking toilet up, like they did for hundreds of years, I imagine. I don't know, whenever the first toilet seat was invented, for tens of years. Let's say the whole of the 20th century, wing nuts were good enough for a fucking toilet. Now, I find out yesterday, I didn't even know this, by the way, when I bought this place. I didn't even know this, that I had a quick release toilet seat. You'd have thought they'd have fucking put that on the fucking spec, wouldn't you? It's got a quick release system to it. I don't know, somebody's obviously, got that idea from a bike saddle. Thinking, holy shit, I may need to take this toilet seat somewhere with me. I better put a quick release mechanism on there. I think it's to clean under the toilet seat, but how bad's your aim that you need to take the actual toilet seat off? Maybe it's because of our change in diets. I have no idea. People spraying at the back and then writing into toilet. Manufacturers, the fact that they need to take their toilet seat off in an emergency and make it easier, I have no idea. Fuck me. But, all day yesterday. I thought, it's a 5-minute job, I'll just get the fucking wrench out. And then the next minute, I'm looking at it going, where the fuck do you take it off from? And then I'll find out it's a quick release. There's 2 quick release buttons in the side. So you have to click those, the whole toilet seat lifts off, and then you're just confronted by 2 things sticking up. Well, how the fuck do you get this off? So then I'm on Googling toilet seats. You have to become a fucking expert in toilet seats then, just to fucking tighten a toilet seat. I'm watching YouTube videos. Just take off the top cap. There should be a Phillips head screw underneath. Just tighten the Phillips head screw. It's fine. The cap doesn't come off, does it? Of course it doesn't come off because it's not one of the ones with a Phillips head screw underneath, is it? You're meant to tighten it from, grip it somehow and tighten it. The fucking nuts going round at the bottom. I've got piss over my hands because at some point, I must have had fucking dodgy aim. All I can smell is piss all over my fucking hands. Oh, man. And I just left it. I just left it with the toilet seat off yesterday whilst I was watching YouTube videos for 2 hours. YouTube videos that, obviously my specific toilet that I've got doesn't match the YouTube videos. So I have no idea how to fucking take it off. I'm looking through all the paraphernalia and shit that came with this place, trying to find out what the toilet is. I'm Googling the fucking brand of the toilet, going through their website, see if I can fucking find it. Jesus, 2 hours later, I'm just fucking fuming. Absolutely fuming. So I thought I'd give it a rest. I'll give it a break. That's it. I'll come back to it. That's what I'll do. And then I just decided, and then obviously I need a shit, and I've got no fucking seat on the fucking toilet. So I'm hovering there like a little hummingbird. You know. Something, you know. It's just as well I watched the Dam Busters yesterday. That's very much what I felt like yesterday. One of the Dam Busters planes swooping in, you know, hovering just above the water. Taking down the Ida Dam or whatever. I have no idea. But Jesus Christ. Just to tighten up a fucking toilet, at this point, I've wasted about 2.5 hours. That's what I've wasted. Because somebody decided that normal toilet adjustment and fixing a toilet to a fucking toilet basin wasn't cool enough. Somebody's probably won an award for that as well. That's the worst thing about this. Somebody has probably won an award, you know, for no reason at all. Oh, we've invented the quick release toilet. Oh my God, give that man an award. Nobody ever asked, do we actually need it? What's wrong with the normal system of toilet? You know, not everything has to have fucking whistles and bells on it. It's a shitter. It's just there to take out your shit. Isn't it? It doesn't have to be fantastic. You know, the U-bend, that works a treat. Oh, what else can we do with it? Let's put quick release fucking shit on there. Yeah, why not? You know, why not add Bluetooth to it as well? Just in case. You know, or a Wi-Fi router to the toilet, just in case your normal Wi-Fi router goes. And they all know that you need to fucking, you know, be on your phone on the toilet, obviously. Just stick a Wi-Fi router in there. No fucking idea, man. It's just, you know, it just makes, new technology just makes our lives just more difficult after a certain stage. It's like now with the phones and that, we're all on our phones fucking 24/7, aren't we? Because there's so much to do on them. When mobile phones first come out, great idea, you know. You know, you can get in contact with people, you can speak to people anytime, you can do anything. Who'd have thought when mobile phones first come out that you're basically going to spend most of your day scrolling through 30-second videos? And people have become millionaires because of those videos. Who'd have thought that? I don't know, people. Fucking, I eventually just ended up putting the seat back on because I got to the stage where I was Googling toilet seats thinking, you know, I Googled the attachments for the toilet seats, and then you read all the fucking reviews under there, and it says, make sure you've got the right ones. They may not be universal for all. And I thought, well, you fucking way my luck's going today. I'm going to order that. It's not going to be the one I fucking need. That's another £8 down the drains because it's pointless sending it back. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Everything. And all the time your life is just tick, 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 ticking away, isn't it? I swear to God. You know that bit at the end of your life? You know, where you're meant to see the highlights, you know, the highlights reel. That's what they say, isn't it? You know, your life flashes before your eyes and you get that little highlights reel of everything. It's just going to be me frustrated, throwing fucking Phillips fucking screwdrivers around. Just looking at things going, what the fuck? Why would you change this? Why? It's not made my life any easier whatsoever. That's it. All I wanted to do was like sit on a toilet and not immediately, as soon as I shift my weight, shift over to the left. The seat moves with me. That's all I wanted. It's not too much to ask, is it? I'm 46 years old. I don't ask for a lot. I just want to not move around when I'm taking a dump. That's all I want. out of life these days. That's not too much, is it? I don't think that's too much privilege that I've got there to have a shit without the actual fucking seat moving every time I turn around to wipe my fucking booty. That's all I want. That's all I want out of life these days, isn't it? It's not that much. But now, because some fucking inventor who's probably got a fucking plaque on his wall has decided that we need a quick release toilet and hasn't then thought it through that at some point that's going to get loose and we're going to have to need an easy way to adjust it. You know, it would have been easier if I had the fucking Phillips one, but I didn't have the fucking Phillips screwdriver one. I'm sorry I'm going on about this, people. I'm obsessed with this fucking toilet now. This is what my life... This is how it gets you. Isn't it? This is how life fucking gets you. You become obsessed. Oh, I know everything about toilets now. I know the square shape, the D shape, the fucking round shape, everything. All the different fucking connectors you can get to connect a toilet seat to the fucking basin. I know all of that. I've seen how to fit about 30 different types on YouTube. And none of them were the type I've got. Ah, dear. Surely there should be some standardised, you know. Why is everybody like trying to be a design artist with a fucking toilet? Surely there should be some sort of, you know, standard that people just adhere to. And then you work around that. It's, you know, there's got to be like toilet awards out there where people are fucking creaming their knickers every year. Oh, this shit could be me. I invented a new sort of flush. Sends the water around fucking anti-clockwise rather than clockwise. I don't know. Anyway, let's have some tea. I need to calm down a bit. And now the fucking camera's still gone off. So now I've got to try and sort that out. So we're on the GoPros. That's where we get to, isn't it? You know, you just sit down, you do that. The camera went last time. I thought, I know what it was. It's plugged into the wrong socket. We'll get it sorted and plug it into another socket next time, and this time it's not working. Ah, Jesus. So we're on the GoPros, people. We're at a slightly different angle than we're on. Jesus. I need shit like this just fucking drives you mad, though. Just drives you mad. Everything, you know. My toaster's got fucking various settings on it, where one side pops up before the other side and they're both on the same setting, and then you find out that it's got a fucking delayed setting on it. Who wants to delay? Have him toast. That's the whole idea of a toaster, innit? It does toast in about 2 minutes. You flick it down. Who's delaying that 2 minutes? I have no fucking idea why all these things have to have so much shit on them. A TV, you fucking press the wrong button and then you go into some sort of sub-menu that you can upload photos and videos, and then you don't know what button you fucking pressed. So you can't get it back onto the screen again, so you're there just pressing every single fucking button on the fucking remote to try and get it back just to the normal screen. I know I ought to read the fucking instructions, but who the fuck reads instructions for anything? I don't really know why they do it. Just give me the fucking idiot's guide. I don't need to, like, start fucking with my TV. I don't, you know. I'm not doing fucking... I don't want to see what's going on in the space station or take it all apart or fucking download shit into the TV. I just want to watch fucking terrestrial channels and Netflix. That's all I want it for. Don't need to adjust the brightness. Who does that shit? I don't need to adjust the contrast or the brightness or anything like that. Just give me a bog standard TV where somebody with fucking fairly decent eyes like me can just watch it. I don't need all the other shit that goes on there. We're having a moan. Aren't we? We're having a moan. On the Sabbath as well. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I've wasted most of it yesterday with my head stuck in. And then obviously you're too close to the wall on one side, so you can't get your fucking head under there. And then like you try and get your head under there and it gets fucking stuck between the fucking pan and the wall. That was a great time yesterday. That was having my nose inches away, and then when you're under there, you notice a bit of piss that's obviously dribbled down the back, and it's like literally 3 millimeters away from your nose, and you're just stuck there. You're like, oh fucking hell! Phone's in the other room. I'm gonna have to ring the fucking fire brigade to get my fucking head out, and then I managed to fucking squeeze it out without getting piss on my face. That was the highlight of yesterday. That was the highlight of yesterday. Squeezing out between the gap between the toilet and the fucking wall without getting dried piss on my face. That's how my day went yesterday. That was the highlight. Fucking hell. There we go. Anyway, people, let's have a little bit more tea. 15 minutes of that shit. Me moaning. I just needed to get that out. Why the fuck do they have to fucking fuck about with fucking everything? Everything. Just leave it as it is. It's good enough. Couple of wing nuts under there. You get your fucking hand in there. You know, spray a little bit of WD-40 on it. And get your hand under there and get it sorted. Fuck's sake. I don't know, man. Anyway, there's the tea. Apart from that, it's been an all right week. He says, really, Ben? First world problems. Innit? Hey, Ben. That's just a first world problem, man. Yeah, well, lucky people in the third world that they don't have to do. If that was in the third world, I'd have walked outside, took a dump in the fucking street, and I wouldn't give a shit. Wouldn't give a shit. I tell you what, I envy people in the third world who have not that much shit to go wrong, because they must have an immense amount of time on their hands to do what they want to do. I know it's not fucking fantastic out there, people, before you start going... I know that. But you think about the amount of time they'll save not fucking around when the phone fucks up, not fucking around when the toaster fucks up, not, buying a camera that fucking goes wrong, not having to replace a fucking toilet seat with no way of taking it off. It's a fucking dream out there. Just go outside, obviously they probably spend that time walking for water. That's it. People coming to this country must think it's a fucking dream, and then they get here. And then everything, there's train strikes. Everybody's on fucking strike complaining about shit. Everything going wrong, nothing runs right. Jesus. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we're even at the minute with the amount of time we waste with third world people. I'll take it for a year. I'll see what it's like for a year out there, and then come back if it's shit. But I bet I get a hell of a lot more shit done. That's all I'm saying, people. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, had a couple of nice gigs. Last night I was meant to be in Reading for Just Tonic. That got cancelled because some sort of issue for the it's a lovely gig, that some sort of issue with a venue, I believe. So I was told anyway. You never know. You get paranoid about this shit. Friday night I was in Evesham, which I've been doing this gig for ages. It's not the same gig. This gig has been at multiple venues. First of all, it was at an arts centre, and then it was at the town hall. Now it's in some sort of private members club, which is just slang or short, by the way, for slang or short for just like old boys in a club, innit? They've got their own little. It's not like you go to a private members club, gentleman's club usually, and it's just titties out, innit? It's just like it's like a strip joint, innit? That's what it is. But this was just like an old boys private members club, like very much like a very much like a conservative club or something like that, right? So it's an older audience. I'm thinking, holy fucking shit. After the last time I did older audiences the other week, we could be playing from a fucking sticky wicket here, Benny boy. But it was really nice, actually. They were really good fun. Let me get away with a whole lot more than I thought they would. Yeah, it was it was a lot better than I thought it would be. It was really fun. And there was a few bits that I did that I don't know, that I hadn't done before. And they're quite dark. And they fucking went for it. So fair play to them. Holy fucking shit. I love that. I love that when audiences are fucking fun. You know, just fun. Just let you go on it. They're not sitting there like, and they're just open to material and stuff like that. So that was a really fun gig. The only horrible situation I got myself into, I was on stage, and I was saying about like having done the gig before, and said for some reason I don't know, you have one of those mind blanks, and then you have a mind blank about somebody's name. And I swear to God, while I was on stage, I thought the guy who runs the gig's name was Peter. For some reason, I don't know what it was, whether it's fucking dementia kicking in, whether it's some sort of tick that I'm going to be developing. I have no idea. But for some reason, I just thought, I was adamant. And that was the thing. I was absolutely adamant his name was Peter. And said it twice. I said, I always like coming down here for Peter and stuff like that. And I thought the audience were like a little bit, seemed a bit hostile towards that name there. And I mentioned it twice. And it wasn't until I got off stage that I thought, oh, fuck. His name's Keith. Oh, man. As soon as I got off stage, I was like, of course it's Keith. I've gigged for him for like fucking years. I must have done about 5 or 6 gigs for the guy who does it every year. So that's like 5-6 years, you know, like must have known him for about 8-9 years because of take out the fucking pandemic. And then you're in that brutal situation where you have the brutal realization that you've called somebody by the name, and you can either just blank it, because he's obviously in the room. You can either just blank it, or you got to go, oh, fuck. But the wave of sort of like anxiety and shame that spread over me, and guilt as well, that spread over me whilst I'd just come off stage. I just had a lovely gig, really fun gig, had a really good response, came off stage and fucking bang, instant. Like an instant, I was like, fuck. And that just took the whole joy of the situation out of everything. And then immediately when I came over, I said, I don't know what I was thinking there, Keith. I don't know what I was thinking there, Peter. Dear. I don't know what I was thinking there, Pete. I should have said that. I don't know what I was thinking there, Keith. I said, I said, for some reason, I just had a little bit of a mind blip. And he was nice on me. He said, well, I've been called worth. So that's nice. That was nice. It was kind of a fun gig. There was some good people on. I enjoyed their sets very much. There was one actor I'd never seen before. Let's have a little bit more tea before we discuss this. There's one actor I'd never seen before who had merch. He was wearing merch, man. He had his fucking logo, website address on his fucking hat, I think. He had a website address on his fucking hoodie. He was doing interactive shit with a crowd, like getting them to pick out what jokes he did next. I have seen that before. Years and years ago, there was an actor who used to do that. Used to hand out fucking He used to hand out like fucking like little slips of paper or cards or whatever, and he'd just hand them to somebody in the audience, get them to call out, and then they'd do a joke on that subject. It was, I don't know, it was like some sort of fucking jukebox shit going on. I think you ought to decide. I think as a comedian, it's probably best if you decide what jokes you do. I don't know, and what order you do them in. That's the whole idea, isn't it? You know, I know everybody wants to. Everything's fucking interactive these days. And the next minute you're going to walk into a fucking club. There'll just be people sitting there with VR headsets. I know everything seems to be interactive these days, but like, surely to get the best out of your set, you want to choose what material that you're doing and in what order, surely. Are you meant to be building towards something like within your set, unless you're just doing, fucking hell, my nose is fucking running like shit. Unless you're like, you know, unless you're just doing one-liners, which is pretty much what this guy was doing anyway. So, but I tell you what, if I had half the confidence of that guy when I started, I don't know where people get their confidence from. I mean, he was okay, he did all right, he seemed a nice enough guy and that sort of thing, but his confidence was fucking through the fucking roof, baby. And it's kind of a weird thing here in the UK where, like, we don't really like overconfident people. It's a weird sort of mindset here in the UK. We like a I've said it before, we like the plucky underdog. We don't like, we don't like sneezing. Here we go, here's another cold on its way. I don't know. But yeah, we don't like that shit. It's very weird to be confronted in the UK by somebody who is extremely, extremely confident in what they do, in who they are, rather, and their abilities, whether those abilities match up to that or not. And 9 times out of 10, they don't usually. There's not many English people who go swan around saying they're the best. We sort of like run ourselves down a little bit, you know. In this country, very much so. And it's weird when you come across somebody, it's very jarring when you come across somebody who's overtly confident. It's just really, there's a sort of disconnect. You feel like going, when somebody's really that confident about shit, you feel like going, have you not looked outside at the dreary fucking weather? You know, you can take it off Americans, can't you? You meet someone from California and they're all like, hey, man, how's it going, man? Oh, isn't life wonderful, man? And all that sort of shit. You can take that off of them because every time they look out the window, there's something beautiful hitting their fucking retinas. But when you're from this country, a drizzly fucking Isle, 9 times out, I mean, it's been beautiful outside today. Beautiful, right? What time is it now? I don't know, 5:20 at night, right? It has been fucking glorious outside there today. That's how I would describe today's weather, right? Absolutely glorious. And most of the day it's been cloudy. But you can feel the sun, the optimistic sun beating behind those clouds. And you think, well, if those clouds are shifted, it's going to be a scorcher. But even the fact that those clouds are in front of the sun, it's been a fucking nice day because it's hit, 14 degrees? Isn't it? Ah, dear. That's us saying that's been beautiful. So, you know, most of the time it's drizzly and dreary, and that's how people's attitudes are. I don't know, man. It's, but yeah, it was, I'm always freaked out. I was saying to the MC, Andy Gleeks was MCing. He did a fucking great job of MCing because it could have been a fucking tough gig. It could have been a tough gig. But yeah, I was saying to him, I've got a knot in my stomach watching this guy on stage. And not because of anything like, you know, jealousy or like, holy fuck, this geezer's unbelievable. But just like the confidence he's got, And it just made me cringe a little bit inside. That's me. That's probably my doing, though, isn't it? That's just the way I am. It was making me fucking cringe, and I started to feel anxious. And not anxious about the gig, but just anxious about, oh, God, this is fucking brutal. But fair play to him anyway. Fair play to this act. I take my fucking hat off to you. I wish I had that much confidence when I was fucking starting. I wish I had that fucking confidence now, baby. Ah, dear. What are we on? We're on half an hour. I know. Eagle-eyed listeners will have realised that we did not do a podcast on Tuesday. Holy fucking shit. Now, this is just 1.5 hour episode we are going to bash out there for today. We are switching things up here at Briggs Towers. Holy fucking shit. We're going to do a podcast every Sunday. We're going to aim for an hour every Sunday. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to do it today because the fucking camera's fucked now. So we're going to bash this out. We're doing once a week on a Sunday from now on, because Tuesdays and Saturdays is just not working for me. It's because, like, on a Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm doing new material gigs. So most of the time, I'm struggling to get everything done on a Tuesday. And then it just gets concertinas and backlogged. So we're going to change it up a little bit. This episode is going to be half an hour, and then we're going to do every Sunday, Sunday morning for an hour. We're going to aim for an hour. So we're basically consolidating all of your podcasts that you listen to here at the Ben Briggs podcast, all of those Ben Briggs podcasts into one easy Ben Briggs podcast, and that'll give me more time in a week to write new material, run through new material at clubs, and do some other stuff as well that I'm going to be starting. But the Ben Briggs podcast continues, people, but just in a different, slightly different format. So anyway, that is episode 290 of the Ben Briggs podcast. Holy fucking shit. I did have more stuff to talk about, but it's freaking me out that the fucking camera is not working. So what I'm going to do is hopefully get that sorted. I think it's the battery that's fucked, because the battery's not holding a charge and it's holding nothing now. And I don't know why that is. So I'm going to have to buy a new battery for that fucking shit. And we'll continue doing it through the GoPros. Holy shit. Anyway, have a good rest of your week. Weekend, motherfuckers. Not much of it left, is there? Hopefully it's going to be a fucking stunning week here in the UK. I mean, we may even get up to 15 degrees, people. Fuck me. And I'll speak to you next Sunday on the Sabbath. Sharing the day with Jesus now. Holy shit. Who's confident now? Hey, who's confident now? Sharing the day with Jesus. Anyway, have a good week, motherfuckers. I'll speak to you next Sunday. Take care.